Hello again and welcome back to the Shades of India, which we bring to you from here in London. Now we know of course that the past is never in the past. Whatever the standard wisdom on this sort of thing would suggest, consider just the partition. Every issue, every bit of conflict between India and Pakistan is a consequence of that decision. Less known, less in the public space, but every conflict within Pakistan is a consequence of that decision. A number of Indian Muslims migrated to Pakistan when it was created, believing that would be the great promised Islamic homeland. It didn't turn out to be that way. They have been persecuted, hounded within Pakistan. Their party has been the MQM, the Muttahida Qawmi movement, led by Altaf Hussain, who has had his own issues. There have been differences over his leadership. There have been splits within his party. But the fundamental issues that the MQM spoke of haven't gone away. Here's Altaf Hussain. Altaf Saab, thank you so much for finding this time for us. And we've been hearing about you considering going back to India. What is this about? Is this back to roots?
It's a very long question, but if you want to listen the answer, so I think you don't have such time to explain. In short, I will try my level best to explain.
Thank you, sir.
Why did I say that? We were living in euphoria.
In Pakistan?
Yes. Now, the youth, particularly the youngsters, came out from euphoria and become realistic, pragmatic, that without identity, nobody has any value. Everybody has an identity. So we adopted the word MUHAJIRS. And we reached to a conclusion that there was a Congress, very brilliant, having foresightedness, and very intelligent leader known as, he was also a Muslim, known as Maulana Abul Kalam Azad. He gave a sermon, khutbah, in Delhi Jama Masjid on Jummah prayers, that, listen, you are going to Pakistan, but be careful. Here you have to deal, you have to resolve your matter with one, Hindus. But there, where are you going? They have different cultures, they have different languages, they will never ever adopt you, and you will never allow to merge, to assimilate in them, and they will never assimilate you.
Even with the youngsters of today, is that a problem?
Not even the youngster, newborn baby, they will not considered as Pakistani, they considered as Muhajir's son, Muhajir's daughter. So what I am telling you, we reached to a conclusion that our forefathers, this is very difficult to say, but we have reached in final conclusion that the division of India was the blunder, mistake in the history of mankind. We didn't listen to Abul Kalam Azad's sermon. We didn't pay any attention. And now what he said, we have been facing since the inception of Pakistan. Nobody considered us as Pakistani. So what was the purpose of the division? What was the purpose of in the name of Islam? We are not Hindu, we are not Christian. So why don't they accept us?
Sir, many of us feel nostalgic about an undivided India, many of us dream of an undivided India and togetherness. But surely, are you suggesting that that can now be undone? And if that is your belief, what is your own personal position in that?
So we reached to a conclusion that my forefathers, their forefathers, and their forefathers are buried in India, where they have been living thousands of years. We made a mistake to leave our Janam Bhumi. We have the same DNA as our forefathers, as our grand forefathers.
But do you have a plan for undoing this?
I requested to Mr. Modi, you are talking about Baloch, why don't you talk about the plight, miseries, problems of Muhajirs? And now, this is my personal view, not the party view, my personal view, that as 370 was revoked from the constitution,
Do you think that was a good decision?
Annex Kashmir into the part of India. So please help us, and we do not want to live with those who are not accepting us as Pakistani. So we want to go back to where we want to have a country, independent state, which can have better relations, friendly relations to India. So we can go to meet our relatives who are living in India, and India people can come to our place where we are living.
Coming back closer home, sir, we speak of Kashmir, but there is an area of Kashmir under Pakistani occupation, and no one seems to talk about rights, or the denial of rights rather, in that area. And we recently had Imran Khan addressing a rally in Muzaffarabad where he was heckled. So is there a problem also in Kashmir on the Pakistani side that is not getting expression, and why is that the case? Is the media not reporting it? Why is nobody looking at that part of Kashmir?
Sanjay Sahab, in Pakistan occupied Kashmir, I am telling you the truth, that Kashmiri people who have been occupied by Pakistani forces, they are not getting equal rights. They cannot choose their president. They cannot elect their prime minister. ISI, Inter-Services Intelligence of Pakistan, is controlling the whole Kashmir. The women, innocent women, were kidnapped.
Altaf Sahab, we see your anger, and we have no doubt at all that there is good reason for you to be as angry as you are. There is much to be angry about, but what do you as leader propose to do if, as you describe, your communication lines with people within Pakistan have been cut off? What will you personally do next?
I want the support of all Indian intellectuals, anchor persons, media, electronic, print media, human rights organizations, to raise the plights of Muhajirs, Sindhis, Baloch, Pashtuns in the United Nations, all over the international community, to apprise them what are these smaller nationalities are suffering. Not suffering, they are living even worse than slaves in Pakistan. So Indian people can help in the name of Allah, in the name of Ishwar, Bhagwan, please help us.
As you point out, there is much that the Indian government should do, that the Indian media and others in India should do to support what you believe in, and that is as far as it goes or doesn't. But what is it that you personally intend to do? And if you believe as you do you also believe that there is a significant number of people within present day Pakistan who think as you do and who will want what you want?
Other than Punjabis, all want the same as I am wanting. I am persistently saying we do not want to live with Punjabistan. This is the slogan of Sarmchar Balochs, innocent Sindhis, innocent Pashtuns. Nobody wants to live. This is not Pakistan. Why don't you understand? Sanjay bhai, this is Punjabistan. We were cheated. Our forefathers were misguided and misguided by the British, and in the name of religion play sometime very, very bad role, which I am witness, because I have read history and I have learned what our forefathers did. They were living with Hindus, Sikhs, Isais for years, going to celebrate the happy occasions. Hindu goes to Muslim houses, Muslim goes to Hindu houses and celebrate Diwali, Eid Mubarak, Diwali Mubarak. There was no difference.
Altaf Sahab, we are very grateful to you for sharing your distress with us, for sharing your thoughts with us, and for communicating to so many of us. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you very much.
Serious issues there, lingering on and on. A quick break now, and then we'll head to Delhi to look at a very promising experiment.